A lot has been said about COVID-19 vaccines. There's been lots of rumors. There's been a lot of panic, a lot of fake news. Now we all know that different groups from different countries are all in the race of research, development, and testing of COVID-19 vaccines. In fact, according to the UNA's report of 14th May 2020, where lots of countries, more than 140 world leaders and experts, called for commitments and guarantees that COVID-19 vaccines, treatments, tests, diagnostics should be made available to everyone, everywhere, freely. And that COVID-19 vaccines should be patent-free. In fact, President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa said in his words, and I quote, "As countries of Africa, we resolve that COVID-19 vaccines be patent-free and rapidly developed and distributed to everyone free of charge." Now, someone would say, "Oh, Africa loves free things." It is not about free things. In fact, if you recall Dr. John Kengasson, that is the Director Africa CDC, when he was talking about the COVID-19 necessities, COVID-19 necessities lacking in Africa, he said it was and I quote, I'll quote him, he said, "It is the collapse of global cooperation and failure of international solidarity that shoved Africa out of the diagnostics market." In fact, he called on to African countries to come together and form a big brand and compete on the market as a big customer instead of going as small customers crying for a seat on a big table. He went on to say it is not about charity. He said African countries have the funds to buy, but they cannot buy. And of which is true. African countries have the funds. Anyway, back to our discovered vaccine. Now, I was still asking my question. Okay, as far as I know, vaccines take many years to develop. How is it going to be developed quickly? And then free vaccines. I would support that 100%. But then the only thing I know that is free is when you've not invested billions of money into it. Well, as I was still struggling with all these questions in my mind, I get a surprise. And that is corona vaccine has been discovered. And I'm like, what? That was Dr. Ahmed Abwell in an interview. I was like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, I really want to know where this vaccine is being developed. Now remember, these are normal words. And believe me when I say that all my ears were all out to know where this vaccine has been developed and what the vaccine is. And then he goes on to say, who? Dr. Ahmed Abwell, that is the Deputy Director of Africa CDC. He goes on to say, the vaccine is us. We are the vaccine. And I'm like, what? Right, doctor, we are the vaccines. In fact, we need no other. But then I ask myself, are we the vaccine? Are we the vaccine? Then words pop into my mind, and those are the words of Uganda's Bobby Wine song, which has become, by the way, everyone's song, and he was part of that interview. And the words of the song are: the bad news, everyone is a potential suspect, and the good news is that everyone is a potential solution. And I'm like, yeah, we are the solution. So we are the vaccines. Because as far as I remember, all we've had from leaders is the only solution we have for the COVID-19 is a vaccine. So if we are the solution, we are the vaccines. But then something brings in my mind. Wait, isn't everyone also a potential spreader? Many questions, many answers. More words ring into my mind. And those are the words of the New Zealand former Prime Minister that I read in the UNA's press release of the same 14th May 2020. And he said, the health of each of us depends on the health of all of us. And I'm like, okay, now I'm getting it. I'm getting this whole thing of a people's vaccine. And I'll tell you, quoting the words of Mama Winnie Byanyima of Uganda, and she said, to fight COVID-19, we have to fight inequality. And that is true. Every life matters. Everyone gets the vaccine for free. The rich, the poor, the big countries, the small countries, the first world countries, the third world countries. And when you're safe, I'm safe. Your safety is my vaccine. My safety is your vaccine. Oof. Lots of answers, lots of questions in my mind. I need your suggestions. What is your take? What is your say? Support a people's vaccine, a free vaccine for everyone? Are we the vaccines?